The North Sea doesn't roar when it comes for you. It rises quietly, steadily, and by the time you realise something's wrong, it's already inside your house. On the night of the 31st of January 1953, Suffolk was hit by one of the most devastating natural disasters in modern British history. A deep low pressure system racing south, hurricane-force winds pushing water down the North Sea, and a spring-high tide that had nowhere else to go. This wasn't folklore, it was physics, and Suffolk was very much in the firing line. The surge reached the coast late at night when most people were asleep. Here in Felixstowe, the damage was catastrophic. 41 people died here alone. That number is carved into local memory and recorded on a memorial that still stands today. Further up the coast, Southwold was cut off almost completely. Floodwaters poured through the town, turning streets into channels and leaving 5 people dead. Residents later described the sound of the sea moving through places it had never heard before, behind the beach, through gardens, along roads that normally felt safe. At Walberswick and the Blythe estuary, marshland vanished under open water. Familiar boundaries just disappeared. In the dark, people couldn't tell where the land ended and where the sea began. Aldeburgh was battered by a combination of flooding and shingle driven inland by the force of the surge. The beach itself became a weapon, smashing into anything that stood in the way. Right across Suffolk, sea walls failed, river defences were overtopped, and entire communities were left isolated by the morning. By daylight, the coastline looked rearranged, as if someone had taken a hand and just wiped parts of it clean. In total, 307 people died in England as a result of the 1953 floods. But this wasn't just a British disaster. Across the North Sea, the same surge devastated the Netherlands and Belgium. The scale was so severe that it permanently reshaped European flood defence policy. What makes the 1953 floods linger isn't just the numbers, it's how suddenly ordinary life stopped. People went to bed in familiar houses and woke up clinging to their furniture. Neighbours became rescuers. Cold, salt water filled rooms while wind howled overhead. Suffolk changed after that night. Flood defences were rethought. The coastline began to be treated not as a backdrop, but as a force that demanded respect. And yet, if you stand here on the Suffolk coast today, it rarely announces this history. Even though this is a cold, windy day, the sea looks relatively calm. The towns look settled, but the memory is still there, embedded in local archives. The 1953 flood isn't a ghost story. It doesn't need embellishment. It's just a reminder that nature doesn't always arrive dramatically. Sometimes it comes while you're in your sleep. And when it does, it leaves a mark that lasts far longer than the storm itself. If you found this video interesting, please hit like, please leave a nice comment, and please subscribe to our channel for more content like this. I'm going to go now because it's starting to rain.